This model review is a model by Revell. It's the AH-64 Apache. This is not the longbow version. It does not have the radar at the top. 1/48 scale. It shows you the finished product here, which looks quite nice actually. Here's another picture of it. And 134 parts and 30.8 centimeters in length. Let's have a look inside. So first of all, here we have our clear plastic parts, which is fairly well molded. Next here we have our other main sprues. Let's have a look at these. This is a fairly large model, and we have a good bit of surface detail here. Unfortunately, these rivet lines are raised, and there is a fair amount of flashing here, and some of these mold lines, but it's relatively easy to clean up. And the same for the other side. Not much on the inside. Here we have our cockpit, which has got some molded in details, and the main rotor goes in there. We do have two pilots. A fair amount of flashing on this model, but we do have some nice details on those pilots. Their arms. Looks like we have rocket pods, some other body parts. Here's our rotor, which is a decent level of detail on there. Our main wheels, and the other rotors. Our little winglets here. Here's our air intakes, our exhausts. This is a fair level of detail as well. Here's our instrument panel. Must be another one on the other side here, which also has some details there. And then our tail. Looks like our chairs, the pilot's chairs, and then the rails and different weapons. Looks like we've had one come off, and it's right over here. And our machine gun for the front. Have a look at our instructions. So we have some decals, which are very well printed, but not too many of them. All the colors needed. Start with, looks like assembling the engines. And putting together the body panels and the landing gear. Putting together our cockpits. And then building the rotor assembly. Looks like there's some detail there. It is not glued in place, so it can turn. Putting together the two sides of the fuselage, and the bottom of the fuselage, the winglets, the rails for the weapon systems. And here are different weapon systems. And then the canopy can be open or closed. And then the nose gun, tail wheel and wing, tail rotor, and gun. Here's the painting and decal instructions. So it looks like a fair amount of molded in details, but the molding process left a lot of flashing.